because of my industrial piercing. Ah, okay. Whew, well, that was fun. Hi everyone, and welcome to the second episode of our K-Drama Queen segment. Woo! I'm still happy that it's happening. And today I'm going to be reviewing a 2013 action, mystery, romance, sci-fi drama called I Hear Your Voice, or 너의 목소리 들려. Overall, I love that drama. So many cliffhangers. Seriously guys, if you haven't seen this drama, pause this video, go watch it, come back, because as much as I tried to not include any spoilers, I'm pretty sure there are gonna be some. So proceed at your own risk. Let's go. In terms of the plot, I seriously felt like it was a battle of cliches. There were so many aspects of the drama that are just so mandatory in the Korean drama scene, but at the same time they were played out really interestingly and creatively and not like in other dramas. For example, the mandatory car crash at the beginning of the series, which kills the parents of the main character. Happens in every single drama. However, in this particular drama, the car crash didn't kill the parent, and the way he was killed was actually very creatively yet cruelly written by the writers, which on the other hand got rid of the cliche, so I really enjoyed it. Other thing was the mandatory loss of memory, aka amnesia, of the main character. Seriously. However, the main character regained his memory quite quickly in this drama compared to any other drama where the memory loss occurs. So once again, it wasn't too bad, and considering the superhuman abilities that the main male character has, it was really great. It was well played out, it was nicely pitted against his superhuman mind-reading abilities. So personally for me, it was tolerable. Another mandatory thing that happens in every single drama that annoys the living hell out of me is the poor arguing skills of pretty much everyone, whether they're main cast or supporting cast. Man, these guys don't know how to talk. They don't know how to communicate, especially considering how this drama revolves around lawyers and attorneys and prosecutors and people whose job in life is to argue for the sake of their defendants. I just don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. There were times in the drama where the characters were arguing for so long, for like half the episode about something, and I'm like, man, if you just say this one sentence, the argument is gonna be over. You're gonna kill whatever the person you're talking to has to say, and that's it. You can just move on with your life, and we can move on with watching this amazing drama. It just never happened. Obviously, those arguments got resolved at the end of that episode, but man, it took like an hour? Come on. Ain't nobody got time for that. I genuinely wish that characters in Korean dramas and their conversations would be more natural, would be more lifelike. I get it, they're obviously scripted conversations, so they can't really sound like conversations in daily life, but they can be close to it. Another major thing I loved about the plot was the fact that there were so many funny moments, and I'm talking genuinely funny moments. If there is a tiny sprinkle of humor in there, and it's really good quality humor, it just makes the drama. It really lets the audience breathe a little bit in between some serious or sad or romantic moments. And in all honesty, this drama did make me laugh out loud a couple of times, so that was a great bonus. Last thing about the plot, I loved how this one single cliche of Korean dramas was not implemented in this drama. And that cliche is where the main character is too naive or too emotionally smitten or stupid, do not fall for the trap that the antagonist or the evil person in the drama is setting up. Park Soo-ha, thank you so much for not rushing into that abandoned building to save the love of your life on your own. Thanks for calling Attorney Cha. Thanks for letting him know that you want to live. You're not this stupid or naive little boy who's like, oh, I'm gonna die for the sake of my loved one, and so she'll always remember me. No, she was like, man, I wanna live, so call the police, get him right here, special forces, anyone, shit's gonna get real right now. So that's what he did, and I loved it. It was so real, and that made the hostage situation in the drama so much more realistic. As for the characters and the actors, I had absolutely no problem with the casting. Every single character fell right into place, except for one single character. I honestly think that if we would have just scratched out that guy, the drama would have still been amazing. No one would even notice. And that guy is Yoo Chang. I bet those of you who watch this drama don't even remember who that guy is. Well, it's him. And to be honest, by the end of the drama, I had no idea what was his job. He worked apparently at the public defense attorney's office together with Attorney Jang, Attorney Cha, and Attorney Shin, but he didn't seem to be an attorney himself. I also had no idea whether he was gay or straight, because sometimes he was openly harassing Attorney Cha and then playing with a little puppy and being all girly, and then at other times he wasn't. At times he appeared to be very self-righteous and knowing exactly what is right and wrong and fighting for it, and then at other times he was completely out of line, being happy about something that the rest of the office wasn't happy about. Like, he was just so confusing of a character, and he didn't play any major role in any storyline, and there was like 4 or 5 storylines in the entire drama. Nothing. No importance. I don't know why that guy was there. As for another superficial character development, I really didn't like the relationship between Go Sung-bin and her classmate. I don't even remember his name. I felt like it was really unnecessary. They didn't make a love interest for Attorney Cha, so why would they make a love interest for Go Sung-bin? Because she's the one who had a crush on Park Soo-ha, and Attorney Cha is the one who had a crush on Attorney Jang. So it just felt like Attorney Cha was left alone. But to be honest, that was perfectly fine, because he was such a strong and grounded character by the end of the drama. He didn't even need a love interest. And Go Sung-bin was perfectly fine as well. She was an interesting character. But that classmate of theirs, who was pretty much a bum for rattling on Park Soo-ha, just not being a nice person, I don't know. Didn't really appreciate that. As for the rest of the characters, every single one of them had great character development, and I just want to point out one character who to me stood out the most. He's probably my favorite character of all times in all the dramas, and that's obviously Attorney Cha. From the moment when he was introduced as this dorky, naive, socially unaware attorney who wanted to become a public defense attorney to save lives and help those people who were wronged and who don't have money to hire a real attorney, you know, he was just so righteous and optimistic. I absolutely loved how later on in the drama, the situations that he had to go through and deal with just broke all that naive mentality, optimism, trust in people into pieces. It was just shattered. His such strong belief in the world and the goodness of people was just gone, but not completely. He grew up, he realized that he can't just blindly trust people, that not every person that goes to a public defense attorney is a good guy. And not all of them have been wronged. Some of them are murderers and rapists and killers. So going from this naive dork to being the most grounded character in the entire drama was just so interesting for me to watch. By the end of the drama, every single other character went to seek advice to Attorney Cha. He knew exactly what to do in every situation. Attorney Shin went to him for advice. Attorney Jang went to him for advice. Park Soo-ha developed this bromance, love-hate bromance with him. One other non-central character that I want to mention is So Do-yeon's dad. He was the only one who didn't develop at all. He stayed the same, stubborn, old man who doesn't want to admit his wrongdoings and apologize for what he did and get the right punishment for his actions. He stayed absolutely the same, and I love that because the writers put him in there as an example of what you shouldn't be and how you shouldn't act, so that you wouldn't end up as this lonely old man who knows deep on the inside that he was wrong, but his ego is not letting him admit his mistakes, and everyone ends up abandoning him. So that was beautifully done. Such a great example. Lastly, for the characters, the main female character was such a bomb. She was so real in her combination of being this independent lawyer who doesn't want to get married and is so blunt and doesn't feel awkward about saying anything to anyone, but then at the same time being this childish, very not independent little girl who just whines and doesn't know what to do and seek advice from a 17-year-old. I mean, seriously, she was just so fun to watch, and I loved how she was outside of the stereotype of the typical female lead in Korean dramas. I feel like I've blabbered so much about characters and plot that I don't really have much to say about the soundtracks, apart from the fact that they were amazing, from the very dramatic ones with lots of violence for the scenes in the courtroom to the main soundtracks actually, and I really liked how they had a very indie feel to them. There were some soundtracks that weren't so memorable because, well, they're just typical Korean drama soundtracks. And as always, I'll put the link to the playlist with all the soundtracks from this drama in the description box. Oh my god, I just remembered. I'm so mad. Whoever is in charge of releasing the original soundtrack list, playlist, whatever, they did not include one of the most amazing, heartbreaking, emotion-stirring soundtrack in any of the dramas that I've seen. They just didn't include it. It's nowhere to be found online or anywhere, and it just so happens that the soundtrack plays in this one scene in episode 5, I think, It's a 1 minute long scene, but it is one of the most memorable scenes I've ever seen in any Korean drama. It was perfectly orchestrated as well, so the production, the writers, everything, everyone did a great job, and the actors, obviously. So here's that scene for you guys. You're welcome.
그거 물어보려고 전화했냐?
아니? 나 너 좋아한다고 말하려고 전화했어.
알아. 네가 학교에서는 짱냈잖아.
아니 그런 거 말고 진짜 많이 좋아해. 그걸 오늘 알았어. 네가 날 좋아하지 않는 거 알아. 나만 혼자 좋아해도 괜찮아. 근데 네가 딴 사람 보는 거, 딴 사람 생각하는 거, 딴 사람 좋아하는 거, 그건 이상해. 안 괜찮아. 그건 생각만 해도 가슴이 욱신한 게 아픈 거 같기도 하고 쿵 하고 내려는 거 같기도 하고 그래. 아마 내가 너를 되게 많이 좋아하나 봐.
I don't really have much to say except it was pretty well done. There wasn't any awkward editing or special effects or just weird camera work. I really liked how they implemented still photographs for the moments when the people were thinking and Park Seo-ha could read their minds. That was really interestingly done. Lastly, I just got a couple questions that I just don't really understand from the drama. First of all, how did Min Jung-kook not get a life sentence for the original crime that he did? He purposely caused a car accident with an intent to kill. He then discovered that the person that he wanted to kill wasn't dead, so he committed a murder with his own hands. And then he actually attempted a murder of the child as well. These three things, in my head, add up to, well, this guy should be locked up in jail for life. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the criminal law, but rationally it just seems like someone like that shouldn't be entered into society ever. If any of you guys are lawyers, please let me know what the threshold of the things you need to do to get a life sentence, because to me, if you killed one person, that's more than enough to get you locked up for life. Obviously, the whole drama wouldn't even be there if Min Jung-kook would be locked up for life, so I get it, why they did it, but it was just kind of confusing to me. I found a great new way to cut onions! Yes! And lastly, I really appreciated the name of the drama. I loved how it resonated throughout the entire series, and it connected to so many parts of the series. The entire message of the drama was, to listen to each other, to be able to communicate, and to really see the truth behind what people are saying, to really listen. That really resonated with the name of the drama and all the action that happened in it. So overall, I really recommend it, guys. You're not gonna waste your time watching it. Trust me. Alright, so that is it for today's review. Please let me know what you guys thought, if you agree with me or not. Was there something else that I missed that you would like to mention? Write it all in the comment section and we'll have a discussion. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye! 안녕!